The universe is vast, almost beyond comprehension, and most of it is empty. Tonight, we are going to visit the loneliest places that exist. Places so isolated, so silent, and so far from everything that they will change the way you feel about being alive on a crowded little world. We think of planets as belonging to a star, bathed in warm light. But the galaxy is full of worlds that belong to no one. Rogue planets. Thrown out of their solar systems long ago, now wandering the darkness completely alone. And yet, even a starless rogue planet might not be entirely dead. Deep beneath a frozen crust, heat left over from its birth could keep a hidden ocean liquid for billions of years. It is possible that life is out there right now, in total darkness, with no sun and no sky. And there may be an astonishing number of them. Some estimates suggest our galaxy holds more rogue planets than it has stars, trillions of dark, silent worlds, quietly outnumbering the very suns they were once born around. There may be billions of them in our galaxy, possibly more rogue planets than there are stars. Each one a frozen world in permanent night, with no sunrise, no seasons, and no sun in the sky. Just an endless field of distant, uncaring stars. But a rogue planet, as lonely as it is, still lives inside a galaxy, surrounded by hundreds of billions of stars. To find real isolation, we have to go further. We have to leave the galaxy entirely. The distance between stars is already staggering. Our nearest neighbor star is so far away that a spacecraft from Earth would take 70,000 years to reach it. Space is mostly, overwhelmingly, nothing. The space between the stars is emptier than anything we can build. In the finest vacuum, in the finest laboratory on Earth, there are still billions of particles in every gap. Out there, between the stars, you might find a single lonely atom in a whole matchbox of nothing. Emptiness even has a history. For millions of years after the Big Bang, before the very first star ignited, the whole universe was a cold, black fog. Astronomers call it, fittingly, the cosmic dark ages. For a time, the entire cosmos was the loneliest place there was. Now imagine a star flung out of its galaxy completely, an intergalactic star, drifting in the pitch-black gulf between galaxies, where the nearest neighbor is not light-years away, but millions of light-years away. From a planet orbiting such a star, the night sky would be almost perfectly empty. No band of the Milky Way, no familiar constellations, just a few faint, distant smudges, and an ocean of black in every direction. The loneliest travelers of all may already be our own. Right now, 2 Voyager spacecraft are drifting out beyond the planets into that dark. Neither will come close to another star for tens of thousands of years. They are the most distant, most alone things humanity has ever made. And yet, we did not send them out empty-handed. Bolted to each one is a golden record, a message of music and greetings from Earth. A small, stubborn act of hope flung into the loneliest ocean there is, just in case someone, someday, is out there listening. And here is the strangest part. Even you are mostly emptiness. If you removed all the empty space inside your atoms, the entire human race would fit inside the volume of a single sugar cube. The void is not only out there, it is what you are made of. But even the space between galaxies is not the emptiest place. Because galaxies, as we have seen, cluster together along great cosmic threads, and between those threads lie the true deserts of the universe, the voids. A cosmic void is a vast, nearly perfect bubble of nothing. And the most famous of them all has earned a chilling nickname, the Great Nothing. Its real name is the Boots Void. The Boots Void is a sphere of emptiness around 330 million light-years across. If the galaxies inside a normal region were people in a city, the Boots Void is a region the size of a continent, containing just a handful of lonely souls. And you do not have to look far to find one. We live right beside a void of our own. On one side of our galaxy lies a vast emptiness so devoid of matter that it is effectively pushing us away, shoving our entire galaxy through space at hundreds of kilometers every second. If our galaxy sat in the very center of one of these great voids, the night sky would be almost perfectly black. No neighboring galaxies, no glowing band of light. A civilization born there might spend its entire existence believing the emptiness was all there was. One astronomer put it perfectly. If the Milky Way had been located in the center of the Boots Void, we would not have known there were other galaxies until the 1960s. We would have believed we were completely, utterly alone in the cosmos. And that is not just a thought experiment, because there really are galaxies that live in near total isolation. The loneliest galaxies in the known universe. This galaxy sits deep inside a void, so far from any neighbor that for its entire history it has drifted alone. Any civilization living there might look out at the sky and conclude that their galaxy was the only thing that had ever existed. Isolation can also mean cold. In one quiet corner of our own galaxy lies the Boomerang Nebula, the coldest known place in the entire universe. At barely 1 degree above absolute zero, it is actually colder than the empty space that surrounds it. The crown for loneliest galaxy may belong to one known only by a catalog number. It sits so deep inside a cosmic void that any astronomers living there would look out and see almost nothing, and might reasonably conclude that their galaxy was the only one that had ever existed. Now compare that to where we live. We are lucky. Our Milky Way sits in a cozy neighborhood called the Local Group, with Andromeda and dozens of smaller galaxies for company. On the cosmic scale, we live in a bustling town, not an empty desert. But even this will not last forever. In about 4 billion years, the Milky Way and Andromeda will collide and slowly merge into a single giant galaxy. And once the expanding universe carries all the others beyond reach, that lone survivor will drift on with no neighbors left at all. But here is the part that turns loneliness from a place into a destiny. Because the universe is expanding, and that expansion is speeding up. Slowly, silently, the distant galaxies are being carried away from us forever. In the far future, the accelerating expansion will pull every galaxy beyond our reach over the horizon of what we can see. The night sky will empty out, and eventually, all the other galaxies will simply be gone. Astronomers born in that distant era will look up and see only their own galaxy floating in a perfect, featureless black. They will have no way of knowing that the universe was once full of light. The evidence will be gone. And at the very end of the story, there will be one last star, somewhere quietly burning down to nothing. When its light finally fails, the universe will be truly, perfectly alone. No warmth, no witnesses, only an endless dark that never lifts again. These are the loneliest places that will ever exist, and knowing they are out there changes something. It makes the warmth of a single sunrise on one small, crowded planet feel almost impossibly rare. In a strange way, that makes this moment precious. We happen to be alive during the brief window when the sky is still full, when we can still look out and see 2 trillion other galaxies and know that we are not alone in the dark. The rogue planets, the intergalactic wanderers, the great nothing, the lonely galaxies at the edge of the void. The universe is mostly emptiness and mostly silence, and yet here we are, on a warm, crowded planet orbiting a friendly star in a galaxy full of neighbors at the exact moment in cosmic history when the sky is at its most alive. We are just about the least lonely thing the universe has ever made, so look up while you still can, and get spaced out